Welcome in, Shield Brothers and Shield Maidens, to Shield's Rest. I'm True, and today I am joined by Mark, Frey, and Joe, who's from our Star Wars campaign, and we are going to be playing an Ooze-themed Daggerheart one-shot today, utilizing the adversaries that we created in the previous day, as well as the environment. So let's get into it. Alright, so getting into our story to set things up for you guys. So you all are part of Shield's Rest, a guild that basically goes through and protects most of Tolduf. They're there to take odd jobs and all this. And a merchant of sorts by the name of Paul Freeman has come up to the guild and has requested aid. Concerned, basically a citizen that's concerned for the well-being of the local populace, has noticed a few things. He typically sells all chemical supplies and such. And there's been one particular buyer that has been buying pretty much anything and everything he can get his hands on. And this merchant sold out all the time now. And when he goes to deliver this, he mentions that he has noticed the individuals that answer the door to this place have started to show signs of kind of like tacky skin. Purplish in hue, kind of like purple veined eyes and such. And at one point, this kind of like slimy, goopy substance drops from the sleeve of one of these individuals. Freaked out, he immediately left and came straight to the guild and has told you this entire story. Scouts were sent, but have not returned. And now the merchant has asked that you go with him. And so the guild signs off on this and says, you know what, okay, go and deal with this. So they give you a few supplies. They give you that major health potion and that major stamina potion. So you guys have that in your inventory, as well as rope, and then obviously get you kitted out with the equipment that you need. You then follow the merchant through the woods, through the mountains, until you reach, well, I say mountains, it's more like just small hills, but you eventually reach this location in which is built into the side of the hill. It's a large house that would be unassuming otherwise, except for the fact that it's in the middle of nowhere, and that the foliage around, and probably for a good mile out, has just withered and is not growing for whatever reason. While everything else is verdant and beautiful, this almost 1 mile radius from this area is not. And so this elderly gentleman, Paul Freeman, who is probably about 60, 65 years old, somewhere in there, clearly well-informed, well-read, very smart guy, kind of converses with you guys about this. He even shows you the substance in a vial of sorts, and allows you to see it and talks about it a little bit, what testing he was able to do, all this good stuff. And then that's when you guys do reach to the house. He leads you, basically he doesn't lead you in, he kind of lets you guys go through it. And as you all have made your way through it, you found a library with a couple of bookshelves that are opened, revealing a passage through the center of that. And you hear this sort of chanting that echoes through. Now, mind you, you did also come with other individuals. It's not just the three of you. You have come with other individuals. Particular individuals that, the scouts that were lost were basically brothers of theirs. And so they felt a particular tie to come on this particular journey. And so they're obviously searching the house, trying to find their kin in some way, shape, or form. They were doing that even outside of the house. But now that they've regrouped with you here in the library, you guys have gone through the passage. There's a few areas in which it splits off, but you all are taking the main thoroughfare here. And then the team that came with you starts to split off and go in search of their companions, their particular kin. While you all follow the sounds of the chanting, you see just beyond this rather dark, cavernous, sort of dungeon-feeling location, this hallway, this glow of purple starts to make its way out and emanate its way out. As you turn the corner, you do see a rather large chamber. Stairs leading up to this pool, this structure, this platform. An individual at the top. And what you see is actually right here. The stairs, you see rocks that appear to be wet, like they're just wet rocks, and the purple stone. And as you've been walking, it's been harder to lift your feet, taking far more effort than you were expecting. And every now and again, you almost slip in certain areas, with particular drips that fall onto the ground. You almost slip and fall in several moments, barely catching yourself. But you do see this kind of lab-looking area. And this is essentially how we are going to start our encounter with you all here. But first, before we do actually get into the encounter itself, would you all please describe your characters? Not necessarily full-on, like names and descriptions aren't necessary, but I do want to know what your class is, what your subclass is, and what your loadout is for your cards. So let's go ahead and start with Mark.
Today I'm playing the version 1.3 of the Void, which is the Warlock class, and for my subclass I've chosen Pact of the Wrathful. I do also have the specialization in that. I am a Underborn Infernus, and my name is Sariel the Hornless, if that's important to know. One of the most notable features of her is that she has a scar on her right eye, but it's almost like a living scar. It looks still very fresh and like a fresh wound. It's bloody and somewhat pulsating. And since I'm a warlock, my patron is Bloth.
Now, Bloth, for those of you that don't know, obviously, because depending on if you've seen our actual play or not, Bloth is actually one of the deities within Toldif, within our actual play. So, love that you brought that in, Mark, so thank you for that. Frey.
I almost forgot.
Oh, my bad. Your
My
loadout.
loadout. That's my fault.
Losing it.
The 5, I'm using the Dread domain predominantly, and so the 5 cards I have, the first one is the Blighting Strike, and then I have Siphon Essence, Summon Horror, which I'm really hoping to use, Dire Strike, and Dread Touched. Those are my 5 cards, and I don't plan to swap anything, but we'll see how that goes.
Nice. Very nice. I can't wait to actually see the Warlock in action, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
which brings us...
Awesome.
Right? Let's get into our next experimental class, though. So, Frey, will you describe your character and what class, subclass, and loadout?
Absolutely. I am playing Tarnok, the Unmoved. He's a Ridgeborn Fawn, so very accurate mini there. Ridgeborn Fawn. Obviously, noticeable features, giant ram-like horns, broad-shouldered, unarmed and unarmored. All he wears is a nice, loose-fitting pair of slacks. Remains bare-chested. He is a fighter, which is the version 1.3 monk-ish class with the Juggernaut subclass.
Nice.
For the domain cards, I went with Bare Bones, Goad Them On, Signature Move, Rise Up, and Valor Touched.
Very nice. Okay. How are you looking to use him? Like, what's going to be your go-to kind of tactics here, just out of curiosity?
Oh, he will fit the Juggernaut subclass to a T. He will be running in, guns blazing, his physical guns ready to go. Very much an in-your-face brawler. A pit fighter is kind of how I envision him. He is very much in the... works in the group setting, but he tries to find that big one-on-one strong target and give glory to the clan in battle.
Hell yeah. All right, so for those of you that don't know, obviously fighter's going to work out a little bit differently here in Daggerheart because the fighter is more of your kind of like fisticuffs kind of individual and not necessarily like specifically a monk. It's just meant to be individuals that use their hands to fight. and that is literally it. So you can think of a lot of different possible fighters. This is not like the typical D&D fighter. That individual is more of a warrior within Daggerheart. So that's really cool to see. Love that. And then our big boy here, Joe. Would you describe your character, class, subclass, and loadout?
Already. Character name is Kendi. That's how you pronounce it. He's a giant guardian. I chose the subclass of stalwart to boast and help my team out as much as I can while we're in the trenches, or in this case, the hall. Maybe on the stairs. For my loadout, I have support tank, a soldier's bond, lean on me, rousing strike, and get back up.
Nice.
Should be it. And then I have one in my vault, which is possibly I can bring it out for later on to use.
Nice. All right. Well, looking forward to this. All right, so Frey, that actually brings something up. I wish there were more actual Fawn characters, actual Fawn minis. So for those of you that do Tabletop Simulator, if you want to make some more Ancestry minis for Daggerheart, I'm just saying, I wouldn't say no to it. But all right. So you all actually have a second to prepare, as you all are standing in essentially the entryway to this larger chamber. And you do see our main man in the purple robes, white staff, chanting, and something going on, swirling and moving on the pedestal itself. There we go. So what are you all doing right now? Because this individual doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Yep, I think immediately I'm going to activate my Dire Strike, so I spend a hope, and then I can summon this dark energy around my weapon. It gives me some benefits to attacking with it, so hopefully we'll see those come to play.
Absolutely. So all of you should be starting off with 2 hope to begin with. I will be taking my 3 fear because there are 3 PCs. So we're going to go ahead and grab those now. Okay. So you've spent a hope. You got that activated. Then I'm going to go ahead and take that for that. All right. So what else? Who else is going here?
I'll let Joe go before me.
Oh, I don't think I can use any of my abilities at this time. One of them takes 3 hope, and since I only have 2...
No, you're good. I mean, you can move forward and attack if you want.
I can't... Oh, I see.
Yeah, like this is... It's open. So when it comes down to... this is perfect, because Joe is actually new to Daggerheart. So this is a perfect moment to actually come in and explain that there are no turns in Daggerheart, my man. So the way this works is you just say what you want to do, and you do that thing. It doesn't matter if you just went. It doesn't matter if you just went and then somebody went after you and then you're trying to go again. It does not matter. What matters is that you just tell me what you want to do. So if you're thinking, oh man, I want to hide, you can go ahead and do so. If you're thinking, I just want to charge that dude straight up the stairs and I'm attacking, great. It's whatever you want to do.
I want to get close and see what he's doing. I guess I can yell at him. Hey, what are you doing up there?
Okay. He stops chanting for but a moment. Hold on, let me make sure that he's not locked down. He's not locked down anymore. There we go. Turns to look at you. And you notice the face of an individual you've seen before. The man that brought you here, the merchant, is standing there. Hooded, cloaked, the whole entire thing. He is fully in purple. And as he looks at you, same way that he looked before, his form and face start to change. This purple skin begins to come into full effect. The tendrils start to come out of his mouth and form into a very interesting goatee as it twists down. He throws the hood back, and you can just see these long fingernails, this almost goopy-ish kind of skin to him. as he laughs, is like, ah, finally. It's about time you made it. My creations are hungry. And with that, you see two rocks in particular, standing actually just in front of you, begin to shift and form. Let me bring this in here. Let me unlock these. Come on. Delete and delete. Alright, so two purple oozes that looked like just wet stones form out of them. Then two black oozes form from the puddles that you walked through.
You're in a good
Begins. What's that?
spot. He's in a great spot.
He's in a great spot right now, yeah. Begin to form out of that, and he kind of winks at you a little bit, and then these two actually immediately attack you. So we're going to start things off with our purple oozes, which I'm very excited to use. Okay, let's see here. There's the purple ooze. All right. So the first one's coming in with an appendage attack, and that is a 16 to hit. Your evasion, I believe, is a 9?
Correct.
All right. So this is going to be 2d10 plus 10 magic damage. 3, 9, so 12, 22 points of magic damage.
Okay.
And that would be, where's that fall for you? Is that minor, major, or
Major.
severe damage? Major damage? Okay.
It's a correct.
So then, are you going to be using armor at all to reduce it down from major to minor?
I will, yes, actually.
Okay, so go ahead and mark that armor slot off. So then that'll go to minor, so you're only going to take 1 hit point worth of damage.
Okay.
Then the second one
That
is going to also attack here. Okay, that's going to be a 14 to hit.
yes, it does.
2d10, so that's going to be 12 plus 10 is 22 points of magic damage.
Another major damage.
You going to use
this time
armor
I'll
on
let
this?
it go through.
Okay.
No, I'll
So
let
that's-
it go through this time.
That's 2 hit points. Go ahead and mark that off then. And that's 2 fear tokens used. Okay. Now, as far as the black oozes are concerned, they sit there wriggling and almost trying to, like, form a wall. What are you guys
I would've acted
doing?
immediately, but I'll give Frey a chance.
No, go for it.
I'm gonna try and like charge through it in the form of an attack, like a ramming attack almost.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to just, like... So how are you trying to do this as far as, like, an attack is concerned? Are you trying to, like, kick through? Or are you trying to, like, punch your way
Tag team
through?
roll.
Oh, you guys are going to do a tag team?
Let's do tag team
Yeah.
Frey.
Attack team.
I
Tag
don't know the full
team.
rules on it, but
Okay, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring this out, and I'm going to go through the rules here with you. Because we're going to pull... we're going to make sure we don't miss anything, because I think I still got 1.5 in my head. And I want to make sure that I'm not forgetting nothing. Let's see here.
Can you just like cover my horns in eldritch magic and I can just...
I'm not forcing you. But if you would like to tag team roll, yes, I have a plan.
Yes.
It's gonna be cool.
No, force him.
All right, so we have to use a hope. I know that at least.
So,
3 damage.
so once per session, each player can choose to spend 3 hope to initiate a tag team roll between their character and another PC. When you do, work with the other characters to describe how you combine your actions in a unique and exciting way. You both make separate action rolls, but before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of the rolls to apply for both of your results. So you both will... So, who's initiating the tag team?
Is it 3 hope each of us?
It's
have to do?
3... No. It's just one person has to spend the 3 hope to initiate the tag team roll. I don't think any of you actually have 3 hope, as I was.
Forgot the most important part of the tag team roll.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So nothing has actually changed about that, so that's really nice to know at the very least. But yes, so that's the way that's going to work. So how are you going to go about this then?
Yeah, so it is. In theory, he's trying to like charge through to like break the wall, but it's in the form of an attack. Like he's trying to like ram through. So he kind of not runs on all fours, but like before he starts, he like kind of like coils up his muscles and then he just charges forward and is trying to like unarmed strike attack the one right in front of him. Or I don't know if they physically combined or if they're just two next to each other.
They're just two next to each other right now, but they're starting to like move together.
Yeah, so the whichever one would have been right in front of me or closest to me, I'm going to basically try and attack.
Okay.
That.
So I'll have you on the left one then. So go ahead and roll to attack. So your duality dice, your 2d12s.
I'll do that part first. I forgot to get the d4 for this one feature, but that is a... And then it's adding my trait that I use for my weapons, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Which I
so
believe
then
is going to be strength, correct?
Yes. I think the class intends instinct, but I built with strength.
Let's see here, because it should tell you...
For the I am the weapon, it states I get to choose what my trait is.
Oh, gotcha, okay. That's awesome.
The subclasses call out specific traits. That's why I went with Juggernaut, because the other subclass you had to use instinct for.
Oh.
But anyways, so I did strength, so I got a 20 with fear.
20 with fear. First off, that will hit. Taking my fear.
Make sure I don't have anything with the fear stuff. Okay.
Go ahead and roll up damage, and it'll be the number of dice equal to your proficiency. So if you've got 4 proficiency, you're rolling 4 damage dice.
Trying to find. I just saw it. Yeah. So I have that combo strike. So after making the damage roll, so I'll do that first. So I have 4 proficiencies. So it's gonna be 4 d12s.
Nice. Damn.
So I got 31 plus 3, 34 damage.
Damn.
And then the combo strikes. Okay, but before, so this is before I deal damage to the target. It's not like an after effect. So after making the damage roll with melee weapon, but before you damage, mark a stress. So I will mark the stress to do this. Make sure I spin that. And then basically I will roll the combo die. I got what? There you go. I got a 2.
Okay.
Then roll another combo die if the value of the second die is equal to or greater than the first combo die, can continue rolling. So I got 2, and then I got a 1, so it was not greater. Total all rolled combo dice and add to the value of your weapon's damage, so an additional 2 damage on top of that.
Additional 2 on top, okay. So, you do severe damage as you strike into the center of this thing. Huh.
Gotcha. It was supposed to be a D8 because I forgot to level that part up, but I'm not going to change it. I'll just do that for next time.
Gotcha. So yeah, you deal severe damage, forcing him to mark 3 hit points off. And immediately, I'm going to spend a fear to do this. It turns into 2 tiny black oozes.
Nothing. Love that.
Shrink these babies down so that way they actually look like they're tiny.
That's so cool. Is it just like a mouse wheel?
No, it's the minus button.
Oh, the button. Okay. Still, that's so sick.
Scaling ability in Tabletop Simulator.
And so these 2 immediately get to go now.
Oh.
So I'm going to have them both do a normal appendage attack here. So let's see here. That's going to be an 8 to hit.
8 does not hit.
And then the next one's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
14 does hit.
12 evasion.
12, okay. Noted. All right, so as this thing strikes, let me grab my d6 here. That's going to be 6 points of damage. And on top of that, you must mark an armor slot because it has what's called acidic form. You feel as it latches onto you and strikes, your hand begin to burn a little bit, and you see your clothes, the hand wraps around your hand begin to fade away.
Okay.
So go ahead and mark the armor slot without taking the benefit.
Okay. And then if I want to spin the armor slot still to reduce it, could I?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I will do that. My armor is 8, so that means I don't take any damage, right?
So it's not about the armor score itself, it's actually the amount of times, like that's how many slots you have.
So when I do, when I spin armor, what does that do?
That's just reducing it down by 1 threshold. So if you were to take major damage and you use your armor, it'll automatically move it down to minor regardless of the amount of damage that was done. As long as it landed in your major, it'll reduce down to minor. If it was severe, it reduces it down to major.
Oh, so it was minor damage, so it doesn't...
And then if you use your armor slot, it goes away entirely. So you take no damage.
Okay, yeah.
You mark no hit points.
Sick. Okay, cool.
So that's the nice part about that.
Nice.
Okay,
right, then, yeah.
so that is the both of them. Mark, you said you had something.
On that, on that large ooze, the one that's left right there.
Yeah.
I would like to cast a blighting strike. So it's a spell cast roll with a target within far range, which it is. So I duality dice plus my presence, right?
Correct.
I got 1 on both dice, so that's a crit, right?
That is a crit, my man. That is a crit.
So, 6 total, but it was a crit. And it says if I succeed with fear, which I guess I didn't. So this is just a. Does a crit count as succeeding either way or no? I get hope,
so
right, for critting.
You get a hope, you clear stress, and you critically succeed at what you're doing, which we're going to double the damage here.
Okay, so then it's d6 with my proficiency. Proficiency's a 4, so 4d6. That is 4, 5, 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 5, 15 on the dice.
Nice. So 30 points of damage right there.
30 points of damage.
Which is severe.
Nice.
And you notice, because I'm also going to spend a fear for that as well, they immediately split as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I crit the first roll. This is only going downhill for me, so please stay in front of me, or not.
And they immediately attack you. That's only going to be a 4 to hit. And then an 18 to hit.
Yes.
That's going to be 4 points of damage to you, and on top of that, you must mark an armor slot. However, if you would like to reduce it down by using another armor slot, you can go ahead and do so. But you still have to mark at least 1 armor slot.
Okay, I'm confused on the damage. I have a minor threshold of 17. You said it rolled a 4?
It rolled a 4, so therefore it's minor damage, because it's rolled under your major damage.
So I take 1 HP, and I have to mark an armor. I'll just take the HP.
Okay, so you'll just take it, you won't use another armor slot on top?
No.
Okay. All right. How many armor slots do you have left, out of curiosity?
5 total, so 4 left right now.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Now, I'm going to move to you here, Joe. What are you up to, man? Because you just got 2 purple oozes in front of you, man. What are you doing
I'm going to
about
have to
this?
hit one of them. I'm going to have to hit one of them. Especially, I just heard them getting attacked by the other oozes, so...
Correct.
And they attacked me, so it's like, it's kind of fair, I think. I'll aim at the right purple ooze.
Okay.
It's fair in ooze and war.
All's fair in ooze and war. Yo, make that a sticker.
All right. I have 14 fear.
14 fear. Okay. So I'm
Hey,
gonna go ahead
the
and
thing you want to do is not roll with fear. Okay.
yeah,
Right, you know.
yeah. If you could just go ahead and cease and desist on that one, that'd be great.
Switch your dice
my
right
best.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, can I do that right real quick?
Yeah, dice jail, real quick. Okay, so you said you got a 14 with fear. Your 14
Yes.
does indeed hit.
Perfect. So
So
then
go ahead and roll damage. So it'll be your
my
proficiency.
proficiency and my hit dice.
Yes. So you'll roll
So,
3
d10s.
d10s. Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to remember what the axe was.
It's a big boy. It's a heavy blade.
Let's see. They're going through right now.
Okay, 14.
What did I just? Yeah, 14 damage plus 9 for physical damage.
Okay, so that's going to be a good solid 23 right there. That's not bad at all. That is going to hit over their severe damage threshold. That's awesome. But the ooze does not split.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Maybe it took less damage than what we thought.
Look, as long as it doesn't grow bigger or split, we're good.
We'll
Maybe
see.
this one's weak to magic, and those ones back there are weak to physical. That could be it.
Maybe that's something True would do to us.
I don't know. But
So,
can I use one of my hand things, my cards in my hand, or is that at the beginning of the?
that would be the action.
Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense.
So, what were you wanting to use?
Oh no, I was just seeing if maybe if I tried to do my support tank. And
Yeah,
I guess that
yeah.
would be. I don't know. That would be if they fail a range fail, a close range fail. So that wouldn't work right now. Or
where is it at?
inspire an ally who failed in action. Yeah, none of them failed.
Was
in
it lean
action,
on me?
unfortunately,
Which
so-
one were you doing?
Oh, yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, lean on me, but none
Okay.
of them failed an action roll. So I think that.
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay.
That's okay though. Next time.
I just.
Where's your fifth card
Hopefully
at?
they don't fail, but it's hidden right here. I don't know why it's
Oh.
invisible. Yeah, I was like, where is it? But it's in my hand, which is weird.
That is weird. Okay, well,
See?
as long as you know. As long as you know. Okay, so in an immediate response, that purple ooze, I'm going to spend the fear. That purple ooze is going to go ahead and hit you. It's going to go ahead and do a melee attack. Yeah, it's going to use its appendage melee strike here. So let's go ahead and roll up.
Frey, he hit severe damage on that purple ooze and it didn't split. Just catching you up to speed.
11 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be 14 points of magic damage.
All right, that's major damage.
Okay, yeah.
I'll go ahead and use one of my armor.
Okay, reduce it
And
down
just
to
take
minor.
1 HP. Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Love that. And then the other purple ooze is going to go ahead and fire off a miasma rain centered on a point within far range. And I'm going to do so right here. And everything within, it's basically got to make an attack roll against everything within close range. And if it succeeds, you all become vulnerable and you must mark a stress. Okay, that is going to be a 10 to hit.
That hits.
Not you. You're good. You're out of the
No,
range.
I have a 15.
Oh, I see. It's the long range.
You got a 15 for your evasion?
Do.
Okay. Then that
Oh, yeah, I got 12.
that is it for that purple ooze then. All right. And then the Ivan, as he then introduces himself. You all cannot possibly win this. And then turns around and begins chanting again. and you start to see the light grow from the center of that platform that he's on, and it begins to grow and grow.
Wow.
Tarnok,
Doesn't
we
even
must
care about
clear
this.
these oozes quickly. I'd like to make a strike against one of these small ones in front of me.
Okay.
I'm using my dire strike, so I'm spending a hope, going back down to 1. No, I'm sorry, that was to activate it, which it's already activated, so this is just a melee attack. So I would get in range with it if I'm not.
You are.
I'll just say the one on the right.
One on the right, okay.
I'm not lying, I got double 8s. Hey, I got double 8s. Hey,
Hey, yo!
don't hold it against me. On a success, roll a number of d8s equal to the current number of fear the GM has up to your level and deal that much damage.
4.
Oh,
So 4d8.
I like that a lot. That is awesome.
I didn't have the
So this
d8s
is-
ready. Hang on.
This is where all the luck from the Lancer game went to.
I was storing it up for Daggerheart.
Seriously, he was
Alright,
building
so
it up.
that's, 10 and 2. 12. 12 damage. It doesn't say like what type of damage. It's just a melee.
Oh yeah, then it's just going to be physical damage. So Joe, just for your particular information, Daggerheart separates this out from like being bludgeoning, piercing, and certain types of magic damage to just straight up magic damage or just straight up physical damage, and that is it. It just counts it all as one of those two and leaves it at that. And that's just for the purposes of like features and certain things that you might be resistant to physical damage or you might be resistant to magical damage. And it just lumps it all together, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Because I know that's a little weird, because it's like, what kind of magical damage, though? So, you know, just FYI is all that is for. But, okay, so you actually do end up getting severe damage on this and completely destroy this ooze. This black ooze is now gone.
nice.
Nicely done.
Sweet. And I took a hope, right, for the crit, so I'm at 3.
Yes,
So-
hope and clear stress.
You know what's funny? Sorry to break the game, but what's funny is the Warlock really thrives on succeeding with fear.
Oh.
And I've crit both times, so I don't get that benefit, but my attacks would do extra stuff if I succeed
Oh.
with fear. So this
Joe,
is the
Keep
one
taking
that I
actions.
roll with fear for Joe.
We need to just switch.
You need to multi-class.
Yeah.
What is
There you
the distance between me and old Ivan up there?
So
when
the
it comes to,
distance-
like close, far, or whatever.
Right, so I'm going to do a bird's eye view here so you can get an idea here. So right in front of you is considered melee range, right? Right about this line here would be considered very close. Here would be close. These oozes would be considered far. Ivan is at very far.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I'm trying to do, and you'll tell me if I can do this.
Yeah.
So I want to use my Go the Mulling ability,
Okay.
which requires close range. And as a fawn, I can basically leap anywhere in close range. So can I leap anywhere in close range that would put me in close range of him?
So, from the close range side
And
of
if
things,
not, could I have a roll to maybe bump my range out to the next tier so that I can be close with him?
you absolutely can. So, with your leap, I would say that I would also need you to make an agility roll for me to see if you can go far enough to get to the point where you are in close range with Ivan.
We're hitting all the mechanics. I love this.
We absolutely are. And I love how quick and easy this actually is. So with this agility roll, what we're essentially rolling for is we're trying to see if you can get past the 2 black oozes, rather the 3 black oozes that are right next to you, as well as get through the distance and then get to the spot where you're trying to go, which is going to be near the purple oozes. So it's going to be a
If he
bit of a
needs to-
difficult DC.
Can you like
Sure.
springboard off of me?
Possibly.
Funny enough,
which
there is a domain I could have picked up that would let me do that, but I did not.
Oh, cool.
And actually,
So
before
it-
you move, I apologize for this. I need something before you move. This is a passive to the environment, and I have forgotten this, and I apologize. But before you do move, I'm going to need a strength roll. And this is going to be a DC 15 strength roll as your feet start to try and like pry up and off the ground. And you find that it's a little too sticky.
Okay, I'm gonna keep the roll that I had for that.
Ooh, I like
and do
that.
a separate roll.
Yeah, keep the roll that you rolled. I don't want to mess that up, but I just need this prior to.
I got the adhesive terrain. I like this. Okay.
I called it sticky situation.
I see what you're doing.
That was nice. At least this one was with hope. That was at 18 with hope.
18 with hope. Okay, so you do. You basically you are able to move from that spot. Then what did you get for the agility roll?
Mark the hope on that one. For that, I got an 18 with fear.
18 with fear. Dankeschön for the fear. Okay, so you do make it past those oozes, and you do get right into the spot that you need to be. Right in front of this. Right past this ooze. I need you to mark a stress for the extra movement.
That is fine.
And you are within close range of Ivan.
And so as I land up to him, he gives his little spiel and turns back around. Hey Ivan, your fight is with me down here. And so I have to make a presence roll. It doesn't tell me what it just says on a success, but it doesn't give me like what the difficulty is.
You're going against
Maybe.
the adversary's difficulty.
Okay, that's cool. So it's a presence roll. On a success, the target marks a stress, and the next time you spotlight them, they must target me with an attack at disadvantage.
Okay, I like that.
Let's see. This is a presence roll.
The DC is going to be an 18, just so you are aware.
18. I have a +3 on the presence. And that is... Dang, dude. I mean, it's always bittersweet. So it's a 22 with fear.
Thank you for the fear. Okay, so he has been goaded. And we're just going to go ahead and spotlight that right now. And you said he has to attack you, correct?
Yeah, it says they must target me with an attack, which they make with disadvantage.
Make with disadvantage, okay. Let me grab my other D20 here.
Hopefully this interrupts whatever he's trying to do for a round.
It's definitely interrupting him. I'm going to break out my black D20 as well. Just to represent that. Hey, I'm not using my red ones, okay? That's why this isn't working out.
Pure chaotic energy stored up in it from years of playing.
My red one is. That's the one that's the GM dice right there. I'm not even using it. Oh.
Make sure that
Thanks.
So, his roll was an 8 and a 7, and he's got a +4 to his modifier, so an 11, which does not hit you.
Oh, minus.
Beautiful.
So, you get away as this purple energy. It emanates from his hands, almost as in like a perfect Emperor Palpatine moment of firing off lightning in your general direction, and you just dodging right out of the way as it strikes and leaves this almost like purplish goo on the ground. So, okay, I like that. Damn, I was kind of hoping to hit you if I was being honest. I feel goaded right now, damn it.
That was actually just me goading Drew.
Yeah. Well, it worked. All right. So with those oozes now feeling left alone and untended to, I'm going to go ahead and mark a couple of fear here to move them in.
This is not what we talked about. I'm joking. Actually, I love this, because Bloth is going to get pissed right now.
You're telling me. All right, so for the tinies, they got a +0, so that's going to be an 8 to hit, which does not hit, I don't think. Oh!
No. Are you
He got a
back?
crit.
I got a crit with the Daggerheart symbol on there. It's going to be
no.
really shitty to see, but
You
yeah, there it
Daggerheart
is.
critted me. It's over, boys.
Daggerheart critted you. Oh man, I couldn't have been happier with that one. I'm just
Frey's
saying.
fault.
All right.
He
Oh,
didn't even say like "see you later" or nothing. Just
he just got out of there. He's like, I'm out. I rolled a 6 on the dice, which is going to double to 12, plus 1 being a 13 for damage, and you then mark an armor slot.
$13 for damage. My minor is 14, so I take 1 HP.
You take 1 HP, correct.
Done.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, you dodged out of the way of one of them, and then the other one just latches onto your ankle there, burning away a little bit of your boot as it just singes in just the wrong place, like it hits you right in the Achilles. Just painful enough.
Can I
All
steal
right.
the spotlight now? Because I
Absolutely.
feel like that wasn't okay for him to leave me.
Hell yeah.
All right, whatever you need to do, GM, for this one, I'm trying to take out all 3 of these, and I'm just swinging my little blighted strike at them.
All right, so
Fire strike.
let me get you in on this because this is a little bit of a house rule. It's not something that's actually in the game, but
Okay.
you're gonna need essentially 1 action roll per ooze.
Okay.
After the first one, the second one's fine, but after that second one, you need to start spending stress. So you're going to spend 1 stress to do that extra move. So it's going to give me 3 fear. You're going to have to spend a stress, but you can still do all that.
I have to do it. Sorry, boys. I don't know if I have to do this for each one or I can only do it for a limited number of time, but I'm going to pull in the Warlock's Favor, which I didn't explain at the beginning, but they have Favor as well as Hope, and it's just a way to use Warlock stuff. So if you'll allow this, I want to use the Patron Boon Sacrifice for Power, because I feel like I'm going out there and putting myself in this situation where I'm kind of giving you the advantage. If you allow that, so that's a +4, and I can just do
will.
1 or... Okay, so I'll spend 1 favor to do it on the first hit, I guess.
I will definitely allow that. I like that a lot.
And that is a 6 and a 5, so with fear, 11 plus 4, 15 with fear. Sorry, plus the other 4, 19 with fear.
Wow. Yeah, that definitely hits.
And that is a number of d8s equal to the number of fear the GM has up to my level.
I love the Warlock.
Warlock's busted.
Dude,
I am in love with it right now.
I just gave you 3 fear, and then I'm like, attack with fear.
6 fear, my man.
Okay.
6.
6. I only have 2 dice, so I'm going to roll. Okay. That's 10.
It's the problem with being a warlock. You need more dice.
they really made a class for
17, that's
roll
27
poorly.
plus
Yeah.
8. 27 plus 8, 35 or something. A lot of math.
Eviscerated. Absolutely
Nice.
eviscerated.
I'll continue the second hit.
Yeah.
This is a
Enough.
3 and a 2, so with hope, 5 plus 4 is 9.
5 plus 4 is 9. It misses.
Okay, and then I'll mark the stress for the third one you said.
Yep.
And this is a 19 with hope plus 4, 23 with hope.
That does hit.
And it's that same dire strike, so with the fear, so 68.
Yep. 68. Damn.
That's 9 plus
Holy moly.
9 is 18. 18 plus 14.
18 plus 14, 32.
That's another one gone, my guys. So as you stab in, so you said it's with your ceremonial dagger?
I have an advanced scepter.
Oh, advanced scepter. Okay. So
Yeah.
as you're swinging that around to like do all this damage, the gem that's embedded into the staff itself, that glows with this almost fiery red that splits all the way through that scepter, all the way through the hilt, begins to glow as it absorbs each ooze and completely dematerializes the whole thing as if it's been burned away like ash.
Yeah, I'm cool. Hey, real quick, 2 rules. I don't know that well, but I think every time I succeed with hope, I get a hope.
Correct.
Okay, so I succeeded twice with hope. Even if I fail the attack, I still get the hope.
You still get the hope.
Okay, then I took
That's
2
good to
hopes.
know.
I'm up to 5.
Yep. Yeah, whenever your hope dice is higher, you're taking the hope. Whether you fail or not, whether you succeed or not, take
I'll
the
sit
hope.
back for a minute. I'm tired. This is your fault, Frey.
Well, that's perfect because I'm going to go ahead and spend one of Ivan's very wonderful little features here called Come to Me, My Dears, as he spends not only the fear to activate, but also the fear to use the feature itself. 3 Purple Oozes.
Oh no.
I did all that for nothing.
Come forward
Jump back in here, Frey.
from... There we go. Boom. It's like, where's the rocks at? So let me get rid of these stones here real quick, because I don't want to forget about them. And you notice those wet stones that you were seeing at the entrance begin to animate and grow in size. And then, so they begin to form out and start to kind of wriggle and move. And one of them, I'm going to have come all the way over. Spend that fear as well. And it's going to go ahead and attack our dear Frey. Let's see here. There's my dice.
I like how low-key the Warlock also makes him need to spend fear. Like,
Oh, it's nasty,
Quicker.
yeah. I get
yeah.
from fear. I want fear. It's crazy.
I hate that you're using my resource. I think that's really what the Warlock is it's using my resource as a GM while you still maintain hope and while you still maintain your favor. Like, what in the heck?
You know what's good too is that part of the Infernus is that I can mark 2 stress to change fear to hope.
Yep.
Even if I get fear, I can just convert it. So everyone
All
should
right.
play an Infernus Warlock. It's probably going to get changed because it's busted.
yeah, like
Seriously.
that fear worth of D8 is just like free. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it doesn't say once per turn or any of that. It's literally just do it.
You know what? We're rolling with that, honestly. I love it. I'm not against it. We're definitely going to have to look at that, though, because, man, that going to have some notes on that one. We're going to have to play test it where it's like all of you are Warlocks getting into a one-shot. We got to try that out. But anywho, so the Purple Ooze begins to crawl up behind you, strikes out, and completely misses with a 12 for its to hit.
It should hit. I have 12.
Oh, you have 12. I was thinking 14 for some stupid reason, as I was. All right, then let me do the damage.
You're good. Okay.
Frey being
so
nice
got
and
a couple things
integral.
I know, right? So that's a
This is good.
17, 27 points of magic damage as this thing lashes out at you. And you see the purple tendrils begin to curl and just rip at you.
Okay. Does this have the corroding effect? Like the
It
other
does
one did?
not.
Okay. I will go ahead and mark an armor then to take it to minor. And when you mark more, okay, so it's more than one successful attack. I got a couple things I'm getting hit that I got to do. It's that you hit. When you mark more one, there it is. When you mark a hit point, clear stress.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Very resilient.
Yes.
I will also note that I've noticed that the changes that they've made in Daggerheart have been towards increasing the amount of stress that's being spent on things. But now I'm also seeing that there's a lot of abilities to clear that stress. So I'm liking the dichotomy that's happening here where there's a lot that spends it, but also a lot that clears it. So that's definitely different from the 1.5.
Yeah, it's a very useful mechanic. They made it matter.
They did make it matter. So stress always kind of mattered because you were going to have those stress builds that just were expending a ton of stress, but there wasn't enough there to clear it. And so when I was seeing that they were changing it to cost even more stress for a lot of features, I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are we going with a lot of stress expenditure here? But seeing that there's a lot to clear that out, I kind of like that. So, all right, then the other oozes. I'm going to use these two oozes really quick, actually, and I'm going to use their feature of rain, or miasmic rain.
Ooh.
They're going to go ahead and mark their stress.
Right now.
And they're going to actually do this. So this is going to be these two near our warlock buddy, and is going to do this right here, centered on this particular purple ooze. And they're both attacking, so I'm going to have a few rolls to make here. Okay, that's a 13 to hit. I believe that hits both of you.
Yes.
Sure.
And then the second one is only going to be a 10 to hit, which I believe only hits you, Joe.
Correct.
Okay, so then you are going to mark 2 stress, whereas Frey, you're only going to mark 1. But you both are considered vulnerable, which means attacks against you will have advantage. And you see this rain kind of come down in this almost 30-foot sort of radius situation, centered on that particular ooze, like I said. But it seems to just continuously rain down as it almost drips from the ceiling. Okay, so who's next here? What are we thinking? What are we doing here, lads? Because oozes are growing, but they ain't being eliminated.
Get in there, Joe. Swing that
Yeah,
big
get
ass
in there,
sword.
I'm getting pissed off right now, and I have a class feature for Unstoppable, so I kind of want to activate that.
Oh yeah.
It's
It won't stop you.
yeah, it reduces my damage taken, so that's good.
That it
And I'm
does.
going to attack the miasma that they, or not the miasma, the right one again, the right purple ooze, and
Okay.
hopefully get a better hit on him this time.
Yeah, no, go for it. Let's see here.
Let's see, 17 hope. Oh, sorry, 17 fear again.
17 with fear, okay.
You're powering me up. I love it.
Literally what's happening.
Actually, if he gets over 7, it's not useful, so let's slow down on that.
Trying my best. Alright, so with
As a
this.
cap.
That does hit, though. I have a cap of 12 fear.
Oh, you do have a cap. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you have the unstoppable to your damage roll. Okay. Oh, to my damage roll as well.
Yes, to your damage roll, it's whatever the number's at, but you're also no longer vulnerable because you have activated Unstoppable, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. Resist. Yep. Restrained.
And
or
you can't be
vulnerable.
restrained either, which means you are not going to be affected by this sticky situation that we find ourselves in.
Oh yeah. So as soon as I roll this, I add the extra 1. That's correct.
Yep, correct.
Okay. Uh, 26
To hit?
total.
Or is that damage? That's
No.
damage, sorry.
Damage. It was 17.
Yeah, you
fear
had the
to hit.
17 fear. Yeah, my bad. I'm losing my mind. Yes. Okay, so 26. So that's going to be, what is that? Is that severe here? That is severe damage right there.
Let's go.
It's not looking great. It's not dead yet, but you've definitely been just going to town on this thing. Not dead yet.
I think I hit it 2 times for severe too. That's crazy.
You've hit it once for severe before this, so this is the
okay.
second time.
The first time. Did you hit the other?
Yeah, no, he hasn't hit the other one yet.
No, it's still
Okay.
100%.
Yep. All right. Love that. Can if you want.
That should be it.
I just took 3 swings.
Yeah, you can if you want, man. All right. Let's see here. Ivan, not liking the way that this is going. He's very much so annoyed here. He's going to go ahead and do another lightning bolt attack, but this time he's going to center it at the big boy in the center. Or he's not still goaded on, right? Like that was only for the one.
It should just be, yeah, it just says the next time the GM spotlights him, so.
Okay. So then he's going to go ahead and roll the attack here, using his lightning bolt. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yes.
2d10 plus 5. 9. It's only going to be a 15 for damage.
It's a major reduced to a minor because of unstoppable. And I will just let that one go through.
This is actually magic damage, not physical damage.
Oh.
That is only for physical damage, yeah.
Oh, okay then.
Sorry to say.
Oh, well, then I will use 1 armor and just make it a minor.
Sounds good.
That's good.
Okay. Let's see here. So while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and have my Purple Ooze here. Go ahead and come in, spend the fear, and primarily do a normal, just doing a normal appendage strike here against our dear Warlock for a 17 to hit.
Yep.
It's going to be 2d10 plus 10 magic damage. 14, 24 points of damage.
That's major. I'll use an armor.
Okay.
Take it to minor.
All right, you're getting cornered, man. You are getting cornered right now. You got a black ooze and a purple ooze in front of you.
No, I'm gonna have to try to run.
And we got Frey here that's being kind of cornered as well to some degree. Ivan here has been untouched. Gentlemen, what's the plan?
I got it. Alright, I'm about to come up with some bull, okay? So
Tag
let
team
me
roll
know
Frey
when
for
I'm
hitting the
doing
big dude.
Yeah. So
I got the hope.
first thing I want to try and do is leap again, and I'm trying to leap up onto the platform.
Damn. Okay, so go ahead and first off, give me the 15 strength DC roll here. And because this isn't a reaction roll, you do get to gain the hope, or I gain the fear, depending on how you roll.
Wait, I mean, at first I was like, dang, it's 3s, but it's 3s. That's a crit.
Oh, ha!
Yeah.
Nice. So you
Let's
do
go.
gain a hope, and you clear a stress. Man, that Flurry isn't sticking to nothing on you. You're just like, oh, no, you know what? This is all right. You know, this is fine. All right, so you got another leap in you.
He was raised in the thick jungles.
Alright, so yeah, so I basically says you can vault obstacles, jump across gaps, scale barriers. So however way I'm like hopping off the bridge onto the corner, up onto the platform with him. And then this is where
Dang.
I'm gonna try
And
and
they made that
combo a
leap so
couple
you can just
things.
do it anytime. That's wild.
Yeah. I know. I was like looking for a cost. Like I was looking through the ancestry rules. Like anytime you use a thing, you got to spend a hope. I'm like, dang, I can just leap anywhere. Okay.
Wait. I have a question before.
Yeah.
So it says I can compliment someone once per rest, and we both gain 3 hope. I really liked that leap. Is he wait, did he leap yet? Or
So, let's see here. Let me get to the.
is
to the
that only
card.
during my? It's a soldier's bond.
Where did
I think
go?
it says.
There we go. Once per long rest, you may compliment somebody. Hey, you know, it doesn't specify in combat or out of combat. Yeah. What are you complimenting though? I want to hear what this compliment is, because it better be damn good. Okay.
Has he
three
leaped
hope.
yet though?
He's about to leap. He's about to
Okay.
leap. You're interjecting right now, so he's about to leap, and you could be like, "Nice thighs" or something like that. I don't know.
How have you not been sticking to the ground? You're insane, man. That is an amazing job you're doing over here, especially with all this goop on the ground. Holy moly!
It's all squats.
Believe it. I see it.
Just gives him the noise.
Yeah, nice. All right, so you both take 3 hope. I'll let that one go through.
Alrighty. Sweet, thank you.
Maxes out my hope. All right, so yeah, I leap up onto the platform, and then I'm going to combo a couple things together. So first, I'm going to use my signature move, which is the domain card. Name and describe your signature combat move once per rest. When you perform this move as part of an action, you roll a d20 as your hope die.
Oh.
So I have now the d20 for that. His signature move is kind
Billy's
of like,
Crescendo!
he goes and rams up and he tries to gore them like up into the air. So he kind of gets low and like rams them and then lifts them up into the air.
Okay.
So I guess I'll do that first.
Can I tag team roll it? Let me tag team roll it. I
Do tag team roll.
How are you gonna tag team roll it though? You gotta figure that out.
I want to spend my 3 hope when he gores them up in the air. I want to use my summon horror ability to appear in midair and grab him and like slam him down.
Oh, before
my
actually,
goodness.
I'll explain what I'm gonna do, and it can combo into that. So when I gore him as a fawn, I can also kick them off after the attack. So I can, if it works, I can gore him and then kick him off. It kicks him into close range, and then wherever he lands, your horror can come up and chomp down on him.
Hell yeah.
Kicks him into very close range. But yes.
Okay, so wherever he can land, but let's roll the attack first.
I have to roll 2, right?
Yes. So you both will need to roll, make action rolls.
And I'll say I'll spend the 3 hope for it.
You will? Okay. So, Mark, you do not have to spend the 3 hope.
Okay.
Or you don't. He's taken that, so you don't need to do that.
Okay,
So for the attack itself, that was a 23 with hope.
23 with hope. Mark, what did you get?
I would like to also use my favor for my patron boon, and I would like to say, "You will bathe in our blood," or "We will bathe in your blood," and as I cast it. If you
Okay. Okay, that's like right on brand with both. Go for it.
18 with fear.
18 with fear. Okay, so then you guys are probably going to go with the 23 with hope.
Yes.
Because you have to choose one of those rolls to go with. And so, obviously, you want to kind of go with the better one here, especially with hope, because then, Frey, you take the hope. Mark, on the other hand, you do not get the hope, though.
So spin some 3, do that. I mean, mark that I got that hope back. That actually works out great. So
Now, you
then I
both roll the
for that
damage.
attack.
Yep, you both roll damage.
So
Okay.
also the adversary will need to make a reaction roll of 12 or mark a 1d4 stress.
He got a 14.
Okay. So I got. Let me write this down before I forget. 'Cause I got some more stuff to add in there. So we got 22 is the base damage.
35.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I love that.
And then I will.
4d10. This shit's broken.
Then I'm gonna mark a stress to do my combo strikes. I go back on what I said. It is still a D4 because I'm supposed to spend my level up options to increase the die, which I did not do. So it's still
Gotcha.
a D4. First one is probably not gonna work out great. First one's a 4, so I have to get a 4 every time now.
Yeah.
You didn't take specialization.
Okay, so 2 4s.
Oh, shoot.
Shit, you know, that's another 4. 3 4s. Okay, there we go. So 12.
Nice.
Oh that's awesome.
So that's 34 with the combo strike and all that. And then the kick. Now, do I have to roll for the kick is the question.
Let's see here. Succeed on attack.
No.
Rolling with mark a stress.
I
So
mark
just
it.
mark a stress, and then you deal 2d6. And that'll be you knocking them up rather than back.
Is knocking, because it's knocking back either yourself or the target to very close range.
Yeah.
So I got
So-
8 off that. And
We'll say
then-
you're knocking them off the pedestal, which will do more of like an arc sort of situation. So it'll be kind of like you're kicking him up, but it's more like up and out.
And then I will spin as my my class hope feature, the staggering strike. Spend 3 hope. So when I hit the adversary, also deal them a stress and make them temporarily staggered.
Okay, let me mark off the stress on this guy.
And then staggered is just all attack rolls they make are at disadvantage.
Yep.
And finally, don't worry, I'm almost done. Part of my Juggernaut Foundation ability, Overwhelm, on a successful attack, spend a hope, which is now my last hope, because I got the one back, force them to mark a stress.
Alright, another stress marked.
So in total, yes, that was, for me, 42 damage, couple stresses, kicked him on his butt.
Nice character right there.
Nice.
Holy crap.
I did 35 damage.
And
This
kicked
is
him
my
off the leg, and then
order grabs this dude and pile drives him.
So, as you do like this, just combo punch, these like just 1-2 strikes kind of moment, and then you go in and kick him off, throws him all the way. Oh well, not like that. Hold on, that didn't.
Yeah, I feel like he knocks him up, and before he even hits the ground, he like bicycle kicks him off the edge.
Yeah, basically he's about to go down, and then you just flip him up even further, knocking him off this way. And just before he hits the apex of that trajectory, there comes this visage of a dark-skinned, horned individual, blood seeping from the eyes and out the mouth as it roars down with a fist flaming to crush him down into the ground, flattening him. And with that, because I like to play by very severe rules here, you're going to do an additional hit point to him on top of the severe damage that you've already done here. And he is just crushed into this small crater that is this fist and his body. And then you don't see him. As he makes his way by pure teleportation behind our dear warlock,
Oh no.
using his reaction of that hurt. And
That hurt.
yeah, you like my feature names? They're terrible, I know.
They don't say them shield dress for nothing. We mean business.
So he's going to mark another stress here to use that. And he's going to go ahead and activate, because why not? Perfect timing here. And he's going to use his lightning bolt. That's going to be a 23 to hit. And his second one...
I'm going to use my patron's protection. I'm going to spend 3 hope. And you have to spend a fear to make that attack.
I will happily spend that fear, because that's less fear I have to worry about. So now I'm going to go ahead and do
Cool thing.
roll the damage. That's going to be 12 plus 5, so that is 17 points of damage. His second attack is going to be a 18 to hit.
Yes.
And that's going to be 13 plus 5 is an 18 points of damage.
Okay, both major.
As he's just hitting you and hitting you and hitting you with these lightning bolts as you're getting shocked in pain that you almost kind of like.
And I do like it. I can do an armor slot for each attack, right? So I'll take that from 4 to 2. And I'm out of armor if that matters for you.
If that does matter, that's good to know. Okay. So as your kind of like robes, your leather armor. Your leather armor starts to fall off of you completely as it's been just pushed to the brink. And it just clatters to the ground in front of you. It's like, not this way. I will not go out like this. And the Black Ooze is going to go ahead and attack. Consume them, my dears. And he gets a 12 to attack for his to hit.
I have a 15 evasion.
Oh,
Wait, does my armor like not calculate anymore? No, never mind. Evasion's separate.
yeah, evasion separate. All right, so then you completely evade out of the way for that one. Okay, good to know.
I'm swifty.
As long as you don't shit on the floor.
Hey, I don't need to move. I'm gonna stand in this one spot this whole combat, and I don't care. Your environment's not doing anything to me.
At the moment, it's not. No, because you're choosing not to move.
Loth is protecting me. I don't need to move.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Frey, you see Ivan appear on the other side of the chamber and just attacking your companion there. Joe, what are you doing right now? Because you are just in the center of these things. You got your compliment in, but what else you got, man?
Hopefully another attack on this one to kill it, and then I'll start focusing on the one next to me.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Help a dear friend that I don't remember the name of.
Yeah.
His name is Ken T.
That's a
Kenty.
21 hope.
Nice, take a hope, and go ahead and roll the attack.
Let's see, 22. So the 20
22.
plus the 2 from the unstoppable.
Yes, indeed. All right, that's another severe damage, and this one wriggles and completely seeps into the ground
Yes.
as you have eliminated one purple ooze.
Finally. Let's see.
All right. What? You got something else you want to do here, or
So that's all I can do right now.
I mean, you can go again if you're wanting to. You got another purple ooze literally right next to
You
you.
can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
I
you
got
don't have a
seven
one.
hits to do right now.
That's the thing. You do not have just one action. You can do other actions.
I'll fight the one next to me then.
It just gives me fear. That's all it does. Is
What
it just
is-
gives me fear to use.
What, besides the stress, what is the cost of swapping out a card?
That is it. Just the stress, and
Yeah,
that's the
I would
number
do.
at the top right.
Okay. So I will. So the signature remove is only once per short rest. So I'm gonna swap that out for deft maneuvers. Deft
How much is
maneuvers
deft maneuvers?
costs 0. Deft maneuvers, because I'm gonna
Yeah.
use it for this. So it costs 0 stress to swap in.
Okay.
Once per rest, mark a stress to sprint anywhere within far range without making an agility roll to get there.
Oh,
Damn.
hey.
That's basically teleportation.
It basically
And-
is.
I don't know if we established if he was far or very far when I was at the beginning.
Very
But if
fun.
he's very far, then I guess I would like to make a roll then to get basically to him.
He is very
Or
far.
can I combo it? If I'm comboing my leap and this ability, would that get me to very far? Like if I leap first to get one range closer, and then now I'm far, and then I can use this domain card to get to him the rest of the way.
Yes. So you leap down
I
to
told you I
the
was
spot you were
moving.
at, and then you start
Down the stair
moving,
rail.
Nice.
completely
Do a front
avoiding
flip.
the
Do
stairs.
a barrel roll.
Yeah, you are just like quick time in it. Your little fawn legs are really moving right now.
Stay off the ground.
And you can do all this without the agility roll?
He's flying.
Yes, because the leap lets me go close without an agility roll, and then this card lets me go
Oh.
anywhere. But again, this is only once per rest, so I can't do this again.
Yeah, deft maneuvers, right,
And then
okay.
If you end this movement within melee range of an adversary and immediately make an attack against them, gain a +1 bonus to the attack roll.
Okay,
So I
yeah,
will be attacking.
do that.
Okay,
Nice.
so we're gonna do that one and this one. Oh. I need that one. That's my hope die. That's my lucky one. That hasn't been very. Okay. So that is 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus the 4, 17 with hope.
17 misses.
Is there anything I can spend to bump that up even more?
Wait, how far away are you?
I don't know.
Now's your chance
let's
to
see.
shine, Joe.
You are far range from him.
Far, okay. Let me see. Oh, I have to be close range. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
Yeah, I know what you're
that's
trying
gonna
to use.
bump that up a little.
Just shout another compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this one does not say how far away. Lean on me once per long rest when you console or inspire an ally who failed an action roll. You can
This is
both
it.
clear two. Oh, you
Stronger.
can clear two stress. Never mind. Oh, dang.
Hey, that's good. He's got a lot of stress building up.
Yeah, I have like a lot
Yeah.
of stress. So I'm using it.
I'll do that then. Say, you'll get him next time, bud. I know it.
Do better.
Get good.
Have you tried not
Um,
sucking?
So now you have 2 less stress.
Okay. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, let me know when you guys actually hit your stress maximum. When you're out of stress slots, just let me know.
I was a little extra, and I came up with 4 experiences. One was called Dancer of the Windborne Valley, which is where my home was.
Okay.
Love it.
I've been
I love
dancing
that.
around a little bit. If
You
I can
know?
add my +2,
Ooh.
Spend the hope. Yes, you can.
I'll take it, dude. Okay, so that's what, 19?
19. That does hit.
Came up with a legit name and everything. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
My experiences are a lot more basic.
That's a one shot.
I'm not joking. When I read through this class, it was everything I wanted, and I put too much time into it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool though.
I came
love
up with
that.
signature moves and everything. I have a
can
clan.
see this. Yeah, clan and everything.
Yeah,
It's
the
already got a
Thunderbolt.
background.
6, 7, 10.
He said I got a clan and everything. It's a one shot, man. Relax.
18 physical damage.
18 physical damage. Okay. That's only going to be minor damage for him.
Okay. On a successful task spin, I don't have the hope for that. Don't have the thing for that.
I will say true. I'm like the prized character. This might be a Bearers of the Shield type thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Totally could.
That for
I am
later.
gonna mark the stress to try and combo him up a bit. Thanks for clearing that stress for me.
No problem.
3,
Every action
3.
matters.
Every action matters.
4, 10. Okay, so 10 extra damage from the combo strike. And then
Oh, that's on top?
yeah, so that's on top of that.
Okay.
Sorry. And then I'm gonna try and kick him again. I'll mark a stress.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Prize that guy
and
at
that's
the
the
table
next
makes your
row.
brain hurt from the math he's doing.
Sorry. And then so that's 7, and I get to
Has been
kick,
down this whole session.
knocking back either yourself or the target.
Calculator and everything. Students' taxes.
I guess I'll
Put
like
that-
kick him back. I'm gonna try and get him off of mark there. So I'll kick him back if I can. If I'm not at an angle to kick him back, because I know I'm kind of like on the side and there's a wall there, then I'll just kind of like kick myself back to like rev up for a charge.
Okay.
So I'll just go back as far back as I
Kick
can
him
because
out
it's
his
very
own
close.
dungeon.
Yeah, that's very close right there. Sucks with those dungeon walls for sure. Then in that particular case, I'm going to go ahead and have this purple ooze come through and attack. These two are then going to attack, so that'll be 2 fear for those. Ivan
Relax,
is really
relax.
not a fan. He's also going to activate. Alright, so now that I've spent my fear, I'm going to go ahead and start off with this purple ooze. Okay. He's going to go ahead and go for his attack here. Actually, he's doing something different. He's going to hit you with the miasma rain here. That's a 17 to hit. You now mark a stress, and you are vulnerable. Then Ivan's going to follow up as the purple ooze attacks you and latches onto you, almost kind of gripping you for a moment, opening you up. Sorry, as I was, hits you with this rain that's just raining down on top of you. Actually, this is going to affect. What did I say that was attack was? 16?
I don't remember. 16 or 17.
Sounds right. It was higher than a 12 for sure.
Yeah.
16
I think
sounds right.
I think it was a 16. Which, Mark, I don't think that hits you, does it? No, you got a 15, right?
It does have 15.
You also need to mark a stress, and you are also considered vulnerable.
Okay.
And then Ivan comes in with his lightning attack here, and he gets 2 of these bolts. That's
You might have spent it, but he was still staggered, because the stagger I think stays until you do something. I don't know how that works, because it doesn't have a time limit on my because you are staggered.
Read that out one more time if you can.
So the staggering strikes. It spend 3 hope when you hit an adversary to also deal them with stress and make them temporarily staggered. While staggered, all attack rolls they make are at disadvantage. So it doesn't specify what temporarily is in here.
Yeah. You know, that's one bit that they've brought in that I have not looked into. So I'm going to say it's for the scene, which means for the entire combat is what I'm going to go with here. I'm sure that's for a certain number of actions, perhaps, but I'm not entirely sure, so we're just going to go for the entire combat here. So let me roll the secondary one. Okay, so that's a 22 or a 19. So we're going to go with the 19 because he's staggered. And then I'm going to actually just roll the secondary. Actually, I'm just going to do the damage. Sorry. All right, so that's going to be 16 points of damage. Secondary attack here.
I'm gonna
Is that on just
spin
Frey or me too?
That's just on Frey.
Okay, I'm gonna spin the armor to make that nothing.
Good.
That's a 17 or a 19, but that's with the +4. So sorry, it's going to be a 21 or a 23. And then that's going to make it a 15 points of magic damage.
To me?
To you, yeah. That's the secondary lightning strike that he comes out with.
Can I spin multiple armor since they're different attacks?
Yes.
Like
you can spend another armor slot for this particular attack.
Okay, so I'll spend another armor slot, and again take that to nothing.
Okay, perfect.
And then
All right.
I looked at while you're doing that, ending a temporary effect, the GM can end it by spotlighting the adversary and describing how to get rid of it. So I think you did spotlight him at some point after.
I would say yes.
So-
I'd say that in that moment, when he teleported, he took the second to shake it off as he appeared behind Mark, and just kind of checking himself over, taking the moment to reorient himself to what is going on, and then he locked in and was like, okay, time to wreck these fools, these meager mortals. All right, then now I've got the Black Ooze to go ahead and attack with. So let's see how this does. This is going against Mark here. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
It does.
And that's only going to be 4 points of damage, but you still need to mark an armor slot. If you can't, you'll be marking a hit point.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll take 2 hit points. 1 for the damage, 1 for not having armor.
Yep.
Okay.
Correctamundo.
I would
All
like
right.
to...
Yeah. What you
I
got?
would like to, since Ivan's turned from me, I'd like to turn to him and be like, hey, I'm still here. And I would like to use Siphon Essence, and I will spend my last hope to flavor in an experience if you allow it. And I will say, you feel that? It's fear. It's telling you to run. And I will roll... That is a 16 plus 4, 20 plus 2, 22 with hope.
First off, yes, I will allow that because I love that. And that does
I
hit.
just added it in without. Okay,
No, you're
I wish
good.
I would have succeeded with fear, but so this does D8 for proficiency, so it does 48 damage, and I clear 2 hit points.
Nice.
That's 9 plus 5. No, 9 plus 11. 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay. And he immediately teleports.
Nope.
Sick, dude. Sick.
I'm like, get away from me!
Using the feature of that hurt. So let me mark the stress actually. Owie. That didn't feel good. And he immediately...
In the words of my daughter, that's not nice.
I'm changing it to that, just to honor your daughter in that particular phrase. That's not nice. And then he's going to go ahead and activate and do 2 lightning bolts into Joe. Kendi.
Oh,
That's a 19 to hit.
already.
And that's going to be 14... That's going to be 19 points of damage.
Already.
And it's magic damage.
I can use a armor, right?
You can. Yes, you can.
Okay.
And then that's a 10 to hit.
Right. 10 does hit, yes.
Okay. This is a second lightning bolt. That's going to be 16 plus 5. That's going to be 21 points of damage.
I'm going to use another 1 armor and just take as a major or as a minor damage.
Okay. How are you sitting anyways?
I got 4 health
Damn.
points left.
My man's got a lot of hit points.
Yeah, it does. Look at that thing. It looks like a Kingdom Hearts max level character with HP wrapped around the...
It's like we're going against Sephiroth right now. And then he just brushes it off.
Winged Angel right here.
How many do you have total? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, you got the whole. I was like, I'm at 9.
Yeah. He's got a lot. He also used his level ups for that, so you know.
I have 9 also.
Yeah. Might as well.
Alright. So that is him done. What are you guys doing, man? He's moving all he's ducking and moving right now.
I'm gonna run up on him.
You're gonna run up on him? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know
No,
why
you're
I can't
good.
grab this right now, but yeah, I'm just gonna go up to him and just give him. I'll try to give him a beating. That's what he gets for lightning us and beating us up and all that, being scared. Let's see.
And you still got your unstoppable on, right?
I do, yes.
Alright, you can't be
I
restrained.
am number 3 right now.
Actually, as you're moving, I'm going to use the other feature, which is Slick Drippings. And, again, don't mind the feature names. Slick, yeah, right? Slick Drippings. As you start to move, this dripping is kind of going on the stairs here. And as you move, I need you to make a DC 15 agility reaction roll. Which means you won't gain hope or you won't gain fear because it's a reaction roll. So...
11.
11. Oh. As you slip and fall.
He actually
You slipped
fell
on the
over.
drippings, dude.
Slipped on the drippings, dog.
Dripping, no.
And you are considered vulnerable.
Great.
And you are stuck down
Got
there.
his cheeks up and everything. Damn.
Wait,
Don't do him like
I
that.
can be
Bring him
vulnerable
over.
even with unstoppable?
So that's basically the way the feature works out, but you're technically not vulnerable. But these 2 oozes are going to go ahead and activate, though. And they're going to go ahead and try and wreck some face here. Or wreck some butt.
Okay, well,
Whoa.
let's see.
They'll get in every
Literally,
crevice of
dude.
that armor.
Is that how you fell?
Every crevice.
Too many.
Wait, didn't they do that to him yesterday in the Lancer thing, too? Didn't they, like, get in his suit and everything?
Oh. It was a
Oh,
crit.
not again.
Daggerheart
Get the
crit.
dagger, dude.
You get the dagger to the heart. All right, 2d10. That's going to be 18 points of damage. Actually, sorry,
Alright.
36 points of damage. Magic damage.
Oh wait, I forgot. The magic damage, right? So
Yeah,
was the
magic
other
damage.
one. Okay. 36, you said?
36 because it was a crit.
Got the Daggerheart crit.
Okay.
crit.
Where was it at? When
And
you
then,
take severe damage, you can mark a stress to reduce the severity by 1 threshold.
yes, you can.
I'm going to activate
it.
that. Flip that over
Both very
and only
resilient.
take the. I'll mark it down again using 1 more armor too.
Okay, down to minor damage. I'm
Okay.
Freaking guardians, man. The second attack, though, is going to come through from the other ooze. And that's going to be an 18 to hit. Rolling damage
It
here.
does.
That's going to be 25 points of magic damage.
All right. I'll just let those 2 go through.
Okay.
And
You are currently
no,
down on the
magic damage.
ground. Yeah, magic damage. So,
Yep. Great.
all right.
Ow.
Hell of a thing right now. What are you guys up to?
Oh man, I don't know.
Okay.
And Ivan
So
looks
then roughly-
extremely hurt right now, by the way.
Like, if
Oh,
I'm
great.
roughly the same
I would-
spot, can I try and do my like leap and goad again to get him to like focus on me?
You can. I will require an agility roll because of the fact that you're being blocked off by these oozes, and so we'll need to leap up and over them without being tagged by them. First, strength roll, though.
So I forgot I had this, and I'll let you know if it applies. So I have the Ridgeborn, which in that says I have advantage on rolls to traverse dangerous cliffs and ledges and navigate harsh environments. Would we consider this navigating a harsh environment or no?
No, hostile, but not harsh. Not in the sense of like
Okay.
extreme cold or extreme heat, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it combos it with like survival knowledge, so I figured not, but figured I'd ask. So you said strength.
Yes, I need strength first.
Oof, that's probably not going to do it. That's just a 12 with fear.
As you go to try and leap up and over, you like, and you kind of move a little bit, but then the stickiness goes with you and then pulls you right back in and locks you into place, and you're restrained.
Okay. If that is the case, then I will try and just pummel on the ooze in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
Have either of them been hit that I've noticed?
Not that you've noticed, no.
Okay. That's a little better. That is going to be 18, 22 with hope.
22 with hope does hit. Take your hope.
Nice.
Uh, 19 plus the 3, 21, and then why not? Let's spend the stress to try and combo them up a bit. As a get a 1, another 1, so 2, 3, 5. So 5 extra damage on top of that.
Okay. That is severe damage for sure. Love that.
Nice.
And then do I have a hope? I do have a hope. I don't know if that's going to do anything to him for that. And that, so I'm going to say that I am good.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're striking and pummeling, Mark, we turn to you. What are you doing, man? You're just standing
I will
there.
shout to Ivan as he teleports away, and I will say, "You cannot escape the fear," and I will cast Blighting Strike. And for this, I will also bring
What's the
in my
range?
Dread Touch. It's within very far range.
He's within very
That's
far.
good.
Within far range.
Oh, okay. He's at very far.
Shit.
And you're gonna have to move to get them.
Okay, let's try that. How do I make that happen? Can I just step over this little black ooze?
You do. So first things first, I need a strength roll from you to try and actually move and not be stuck to the ground and restrained.
Yeah, okay. That's duality dice minus strength.
No, plus strength. Or, well, unless you have a negative to it.
Oh, I have a... yes, I have a minus. 8
Then
plus
yes,
5
minus.
is what? 13 minus 1, 12.
You are stuck. As you go to move, you're like, I've got to get him. And then you don't even focus in on the fact that your feet are just stuck there. And you're like, what the... trying to move. You are now restrained.
That was with hope, dude, but I don't get it.
You do get the
Does
hope.
that count as an action roll? Oh, okay.
What's that?
Does that count as an action roll?
It does.
This, well, never mind. I'm not gonna cheat because I should say it before, but now I know that for next time.
What
If I
was the
can't
thing?
move, then I will just, I was gonna call my dread touched thing to get my bonuses, but I want to save it.
Okay.
This is once per short rest. So instead, I'll just change to the one that Frey was hitting, and I'll say, it matters not, and I'll strike that one instead.
Okay.
Lighted strike on the one he was hitting, which is spell roll. That's a 4 plus 10. That's a 14 plus 4, 18 with hope,
That hits.
and that's gonna make a 4d6. 3 plus 5 plus 5, so 13 plus 6, 19.
19, okay. Doing some major damage here. Alright, then my black ooze is going to go ahead and go, as well as the 2 purple oozes right there. Since you guys are considered vulnerable, they'll be able to use.
We should have never let them corner us, dude. That was a bad move.
That's a 15 to
Jumped into
hit
the
you,
back
Mark.
line, teleported away. Yeah, 15.
Oh no.
So that's the first
I
strike.
went there and that.
That's going to be 5 points of damage, and because it's the black ooze, it's going to be the corrosive form that's coming into play here. Or sorry, acidic form that's coming into play here, which will melt away another armor, which you don't have. So that'll be an additional hit point slot.
Okay, 2 HP.
All right, the 2 purples. With that strike that you were doing, is it magic damage or physical damage?
It's a spellcast roll. On success, they take magic damage.
Okay, that
It also
for
says
next
the
time.
target deals. The next time they deal damage to an ally, it's reduced by 1d6. I forgot about that. So if
Oh,
it tries
okay.
to hit Frey, it's just 1d6.
Well, funny enough, next time I'll remember this. I should have been asking that for you. Of course, I should have known you were doing magic damage. They have what's called arcane form, where they have resistance to all magic damage, and then I could be using the consume, where basically I could mark a stress and completely negate all magic damage.
Cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's all right though. It's not as many features as a D&D game, so that's all right. So we're gonna go ahead and go hit you guys with a couple of purple oozes for you, Frey.
Okay.
And you are restrained. Being vulnerable here is 11 plus 1, 12. So that will. Does that hit you? The 12 hits you. Okay.
Yeah, I have 12. Evasion.
So that's for the first one there. That's going to be D10s. That is a 12 points. Sorry, 22 points of damage.
Okay,
Because of their plus 10.
if that's the one I hit from.
It is. Let me minus the D6 from that. So minus 5. So from 22 down to 17.
Okay. I'm going to actually take that one this time.
Okay. Second attack.
So, just for you to know, whenever I mark an HP without marking an armor slot, I get to clear an armor slot.
Oh, nice. I like that.
And then that's the Valor touch. That's the domain. And then from my domain, when I mark 1 or more hit points, I clear a stress as well. I think I did that earlier too.
I think you did, yeah. That is really cool. I like the way they're building that. Okay. 16 to hit, though. Sorry, 17 to hit. Then rolling damage here. That's going to be 10 plus 10 is 20 points of magic damage.
To me?
To you.
Okay.
Correct.
I will also... Well, actually, before I eat it, I want to clarify this. So I have a reaction as the fighter. Okay, yeah, because it says when you take more than 1 hit point from an attack in melee range. So it doesn't say a melee attack, it's just an attack in melee range.
Yeah.
Okay, here, okay. So I'm going to take the 2 hits. The attacker must make a reaction roll of 14. On a failure, once per rest, they immediately mark the same number of hit points in return.
Okay.
It's like a counterattack. I like that.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a counterattack. It's called eye for an eye.
Nice.
I like that a lot, actually. That's pretty cool.
So
And they
reaction roll
epically
14.
fail with a 5.
Oh,
And I only get that once per rest. So I'm just going to like scribble that on here so I don't...
And you mark how many hit points?
Yeah. The same amount, so 2.
You mark 2? Okay. So 2 comes off of him. Okay. There we go.
And then same thing. And mark... Because there's no limits on these. When you mark 1 or more hit points without marking an armor slot, clear an armor slot, and clear stress.
Freaking wild.
that's awesome.
And those are
Alright.
just the high level valor cards. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, they've changed some things up. I can't wait to actually go through and talk about those changes, because, yeah, those changes are wild.
Yeah.
All right. Joe, you are down on the ground, man.
Good. I can
You
get
just
up.
gonna
On the ground.
you gonna let that lie there?
No, I want to get up.
You're not gonna stand for that?
Pretty short, so I don't know if I can. All right. So I know these are
Yeah.
slippery. So is there a way I can climb up them with, like, carefully?
So the feature that I used was basically me spending a fear to make that happen, to force you to roll.
Oh.
It doesn't just happen all the time. It happens when I choose to spend a fear. So
Alrighty. Well, hopefully you can spend a fear again, because I'm gonna try to get him again.
okay. And I will definitely spend a fear again. So go ahead and give me an agility reaction roll.
Alrighty. Let's hopefully that doesn't fall down this time. So agility reaction.
Can he like spend a hope to hold the rail for safety? Okay. I'll
No.
try.
6.
Oh,
He flips right back down the stairs. He's slip sliding all
there
over
we
this
go.
goop,
Oh,
man.
slip
Sorry,
sliding away.
7 because you add agility to it, so 7.
Correct.
That's the joke
Chat.
from the Lancer shot.
That's the Joe we
He
know.
does have positive agility. It just doesn't help. It's-
Am I still on the ground?
It's alright, I'm
do
gonna
I
try and
fall
leap
over?
over there and push you up the stairs.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Joe,
So
here's
you
where
slip
mark a stress and
right
try
back
again.
down. What are you doing with
Great.
this? Because you're on the ground. You had to get up and do the whole thing, and it's embarrassing. Like you're in front of the guys, like you're new. Like what in the heck?
And
I know.
girls.
I kind of want to fight these two now.
Go
The
for it.
purples.
Hack and slash, my man.
Let's go for it. Let's hopefully I can
Hey,
roll
you
a
can't
little bit
climb the
better this
ladder,
time.
just swing where you're at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 9 hope.
9 with hope.
Yes.
That hits. Take your
Oh,
hope.
thank
Oh,
goodness. All right.
Purple oozes
I'm
are easy,
low on
man.
hope. So, let me roll that. And I do want to use my whirlwind as well. So I have an extra ability that I can spend a hope to use the attack against all other targets within very close range.
Okay.
All additional adversaries you succeed against with this ability take half damage. So I'm going
Love
to
that.
hit the one that I'm standing on, or the foot's on. Oh shit, what was it? 26, 27, 28, 29.
Okay.
Or the first one, and then I have to roll a hit to get the other one, correct?
Hold on. I think
I
that's
think
a
it's
yes.
just one attack roll. Doesn't specify.
Yeah, no, it's just the one.
Okay.
You use the same attack roll to everybody else.
Okay.
So yeah.
So then they'll take instead of the 29, half of that.
Gotcha. 18 it is. All right, they're still looking good. They're still looking fine as you're hacking and slashing at them, trying to get this like big axe to just cleave them in two. They still are formed and there. All right. And he turns and he begins chanting again. Which I suppose is probably the best thing I can do. Let's go ahead and bring up. No, sorry. That's the wrong one. There we go. This is a countdown dice.
No.
And I should
Why
have
is
had
it
this
black
out.
and red? Very ominous.
Oh no, that's just for.
Can't be, like purple and pink or something, you know? Why can't
I mean, I can grab these blue ones if you want. You know what?
Just going
I'll grab
across the table. There's purple one. Yeah.
I'll grab purple.
It's a little nicer.
It's a
That
little
goes with
more
the flow.
Ivan.
It is.
And this is counting down.
Okay. To 0 or to 1?
Guess you'll have to find
0's
out.
10, technically. Okay.
There's no telling. Alright, I wanna take Dire Strike again. Well, I guess I'm just doing melee strikes at this point. Dire Strike is just putting that on my blade. But I want to swing at this little black one first, and I'll call out to Tarnok. We gotta get these oozes out of here, and I'll just do an attack against the black one.
Okay.
Duality dice. That is I keep succeeding with hope. What? 12 plus 4, 16.
That
He's
does
suffering
it.
from success.
And then I roll D8 equal to the number of current fear the GM has up to my level.
2.
Okay, so I roll 2D8. That's an 8 plus 10, 18.
Okay. That's another ooze. Gone.
Can I mark a stressed and do an adjacent attack on the purple one?
Yes. You don't need to mark a stress to do so, though. That's for the tertiary.
Gotcha. I'll do the same thing. Actually, no. I want to spend a hope to do the summon horror again.
Okay.
I'll call forth that same large fiend or otherworldly creature to attack that ooze in front of me. So I'll roll. That is a crit. Double sixes.
Okay.
Perfect
Hey.
for the flare.
You've been needing that.
So
Nice.
that's D10 equal to proficiency, so 4D10. That's 10 plus, what's 8 and 7? 10 plus 15, 25.
25?
50.
Doubled to 50, holy moly.
Damn.
And if it lives, it has to mark take a reaction roll.
It does not live.
Yes.
As you completely eviscerate the thing, absorbing it into your blade like that. Yeah, that was well done. Crit when you needed it.
There you go.
Now you can move if you want to.
Can I move? I'm getting the hell out of there. Yeah, let me...
Go ahead and roll me a 15 strength roll here.
Oh, crap. Okay. Okay, I will call this time my Dread Touched if it counts as an action roll.
It does.
That's a 12 minus 1, which is an 11, but with Dread Touched, I can, once per short rest, add +1 bonus to the roll for each fear token. Oh, it still doesn't help, probably. That's 13 if you have 2.
I have 2.
That's all right. I used every ability the warlock has, and that was my
Sorry.
point. I'll stay.
I now have 3 because I forgot to take one for this particular action.
Oh,
So I have 3.
14.
Yeah, 14. So you're still stuck. You're still restrained.
oh.
Okay. That's it. I'll take a breather.
All right.
Try and follow up and finish off this ooze in front of me then.
Yeah, go for it.
I am going to... I know I should have told you the cards I was swapping to. I'm going to swap one more. That's short rest one out. This one's simple though. Cost of stress, I'm taking in Body Basher. This
Nice.
one I get to gain a bonus to my damage rolls equal to my strength whenever I attack. With a weapon within melee range, which, because of the fighter, my unarmed strikes are considered melee weapons. I will mark that stress, and then yeah, we're gonna try and punch and kick this ooze.
Let's go for it.
Let's go.
And that's double 9s. That's a crit.
Nice.
Let's go.
That is excellent.
Through on this one.
There's a lot of crits.
It's double the amount of dice, right? It's double.
Somebody comment below the crit counter.
It's the same amount of dice, but we double the damage.
So 18 on the dice. Is that the number that gets doubled, or is the total doubled?
The total.
Total doubled. Okay, so 18, 19, 20, 21, and so 42 off of that hit.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was supposed to add my strength bonus in as well. So
Yes.
50 damage, if that is all
Hey,
doubled.
we both did 50 on our crits. Look at us. We're like twins,
Yeah.
man.
Nice.
That's
I
wild.
didn't even have to kick him, which is what I was going to do.
Here, let's
Yeah.
pick Joe's ass up off the ground now.
You still have a movement, though.
Yeah,
Assuming
I'm
you
gonna
can-
try and... Yeah, I'm going to try and like leap so I can get as far as I can. But yeah,
Okay.
we'll try and do that.
Yeah, give me that
Do you know
strength
how to
save.
walk?
That strength roll. Bro, do you even move?
He jumps everywhere he
Man,
goes.
dude.
His name is the
I
Unmoved.
used all my luck in the beginning.
Oh,
That is a... Oh, I was supposed to... I'm not gonna lie, but this is just a 10 with hope. So I'll take
A
the
10 with hope? Yeah, you take the hope, but you are still restrained. And you hear the chanting continue.
oh no.
I mean, it
As
just
he-
turns
He's
really-
jumping down.
As he continues, and you start to see this like bubbling begin to occur in the center here, as it starts to well up even further in this blackish purplish color. All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, for mine, I guess I'll just try and move again. Well,
Okay.
if anyone else is doing a different action, but
Go ahead and give me that strength 15 here.
there
I
we
need to
go.
move
That's
also.
what I'm
Can we
talking
just
about.
do it at the same time?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
25 with hope.
25 with hope. All right, so you get moving.
21 with fear.
21 with fear.
Nice.
Thank you for the fear.
Where's my leap
Thank you for fear.
to?
Because I'm going to use it against you.
So I'll be leaping, so
Helping
it's
you help
anywhere
me.
in close, anywhere in close range is just normal, basically. So I don't have to roll for like the. So as far out basically as I can go.
Boom.
That's what I will try and do. Cool.
Watch out for the slip drippings.
Ooh, is that close enough to goad him? It is.
It is close enough to goad him.
We'll try and goad him.
And actually, before you do make that leap, I will do the slip drippings. Give me an agility reaction roll.
Oh no.
15. Remember, this does not generate hope or fear.
I spend hope there to do anything to make it work better. Because my agility is 0, so it's just a straight roll. 14.
Oh.
Where was he at when
Wait.
he jumped?
So, as you go to
So I got
jump,
moved.
you basically, your legs go out from under you as you smash into the floor here.
Was
Okay,
was
well,
that is that within
so
close range
perfectly.
of me?
It is.
Can I use my support tank and spend 2 hope to allow him to reroll either a hope or a fear die?
Yes,
See
you
if he
can.
get a better.
Okay. I will
See if he can do it better.
re-roll.
Damn.
I'll re-roll my hope because it was a 6.
Okay.
And it was worse. So
Oh. I tried.
you try.
Oh, man. That is unfortunate as hell. All right, Slick Drippin's coming in slick. Coming in
I'll
clutch.
cast a blighted strike on this slime if you'll let me. The one on the right side of Kenti.
Gotcha. Go for it. Yep.
Spellcasting roll. This is gonna be. That is a 12 plus 4, 16 with fear.
16 with fear. Okay. That does hit.
And this is a
Their
46.
difficulty is an 8, so it's really easy.
This is magic damage, though. I'll tell you that. 8 and 5 is 13, and 2 is 15 magic damage.
15 halved, being 7. Yeah, it's just gonna
And then,
it's just gonna spend the stress to negate all that.
okay,
Mm.
and then it's if it tries to attack an ally, it gets reduced by 1d6.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I succeeded with fear, so it's a d10, but you've negated it anyway.
Yeah.
But just to show the side of blighting strike, if you succeed with fear, it's a more powerful hit.
That's awesome.
Nice.
It is awesome. Warlock, super cool. Favorite Warlock of the 3 or 4 systems I've played Warlock in.
Yeah, I'm really liking this more than any of the others right now, and I'm not even playing it, just experiencing it
Yeah,
through
fun.
you. It's
I'm
great.
digging this for real.
All right, I'm going to spend another fear here to activate Mr. Ivan Ooze.
All right, guys, you need to get over them slip drippings.
And then we're going to go ahead and activate our 2 oozes. And first Purple Ooze is going to go ahead and attack Joe.
Alrighty.
That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
13 plus 10, that's going to be 23 points of damage.
Minus 1d6.
Alright.
Blighted
Yes, it
strike.
is. That's the one that is the minus d6, so that is minus 6.
Ooh.
17.
17. Still major damage.
I love how we're trying to help each other and it fails every time.
And let's see what I
And-
can do. I am going to. It's magic damage, right?
It is magic damage.
All right. I'm gonna spend my last armor
Okay.
to reduce
Last
it,
armor.
but
Okay.
now I still like my HP is fully up.
Nice. And again, guys, don't forget about your major health and your major stamina potion.
Oh,
I was literally just looking up how much that gives back.
That's the 1d4
Good.
plus 2 for both of them.
I would
So
like
second
to drink
attack.
My major health potion.
You absolutely can.
Okay, I do that.
And that's going to be 20 points of damage on Joe after I rolled a 17. That's the second attack.
6. That's really good.
alrighty.
I believe that's major damage again, if I'm not mistaken.
That is yes.
Damn. All right.
Glad you reminded me about that potion. I'm not gonna lie, I was being real quiet because I had 2 HP this whole time. You kept it in front, and I was like,
Yeah, I forgot about the potion.
Well, I'm going to use my next feature, funny enough, from my environment, of the slime environment, of pouring in.
I knew you had something planned.
Oh, I do. Oh, I very much so do. Let me go ahead and roll my 2d4s here. One d4 is going to represent green oozes, and the second d4 is for the red oozes. That's 3 of them.
But I don't see any
And
red
2
or
of them.
green oozes. What do you mean?
I love that you played into it, but
Damn it! Were those back there the whole time?
the whole time.
I can't see anything back there.
All right, so one of them comes from here, another one from back here, right next to our dear warlock, and the other one from this corner here. All right. It's getting wild up in here. So, the green one's going to go ahead and activate and come through and attack Frey here. Oh, I need to pull out the book for this one because I don't
He's
have their
upside
cards
down
ready.
doing a handstand.
He's doing a headstand.
I don't think he's ready for this.
He ain't.
Oh no.
It's okay, they're only tier 1. They're only tier 1. It's fine. Alright. We're going to go ahead and use the Ooze appendage here. +1 to attack. Because you are vulnerable, I do get advantage. And that's going to be 12 to hit.
That
It's
hits.
going to be a D6. Only 3 points of magic damage, but because of their acidic form, you have to mark an armor slot. If you cannot, that's a hit point.
Oh, I can mark an armor slot. Let's see. Okay, so first that, and then you said it's 3 damage.
3 damage, yeah. Real minor like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the hit, which lets me clear an armor slot and a stress.
Nice.
This freaking fighter, man.
Oh, that's just Valor. That's not even the fighter stuff.
Oh yeah, that is Valor. God dang.
Yeah. Those are good. Those are fun cards.
It's in the base game, yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
it comes with it. And you said what card was that? I just want to look this up real quick because I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, it is. Hold on, my phone here. The one that gives me is Valor Touched, so that's the high level one.
Oh.
So that one is I have to have 4 or more Valor cards in my loadout.
Yeah.
And then Rise Up is the other one. That's the one that gives me a stress back when I mark an health point. And that one I think is like that one's level 6. So 6 and 7.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. That's
And then
really
I
cool.
have- And so I like tried to max out my stress, and I got like 8 armor slots to like basically just feed off of that.
God. I love that. That's going to be a fun build later. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to mark another fear here to go ahead and use this red ooze to attack our dear warlock. So for the red ooze, he's using his appendage again. But you may be slightly elated to hear that this only is going to be a 10 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Gentlemen, these oozes are
I do
pouring
like
in.
that. I wanna take the spotlight here, and I wanna
Yeah.
say, red is
Do
my
it.
favorite color. And I'm gonna look at Ivan, and that scar is gonna pulsate and start bleeding, like seeping, and I'm gonna do summon horror on Ivan.
Okay. I
Which
love
is
it.
a spellcast roll. Is 2 8s. I'm not lying, guys. This is the best I've ever rolled, ever.
Holy
Well played.
moly.
On it, dude.
I have to spend a hope, so I'll do that, going down to 2. And then this is a D10. Okay, so 4D10. And it has to make a reaction roll if we care about that. Of 12. And that
I'll
is
make the
a
reaction roll.
15 plus 8.
He does make the reaction roll, by the way.
Okay, 15 plus 8 is 23. Doubled, 46 damage.
Wow. So go ahead and describe this to me, if you would. This particular horror.
Finish him.
How does this look? How does this visage
That
look?
same visage that came out before comes from the floor where that portal is, or that like essence. It looks like it's coming out of that, and it just smiles at him, and then it rips his head off.
Blood wins.
Nailed it.
Holy
Can't do
moly.
that.
It does
Mortal
indeed.
Kombat, like the spine comes out with the head.
Oh, I love that. That is perfect. And as it does, this purplish goo explodes out of him and just covering everything. As the other oozes then dissolve, seeping into the ground, the purplish color, that slime that's been coated all over these surfaces, slowly dissipates. And you all
Whoa.
have succeeded at stopping the ritual by just barely. That would have summoned the one creature I didn't think I was actually going to use, that I was kind of hoping I'd use, but I really didn't think I was going to use it. But I was like, I'm actually getting close. This is great. And if I did use it, I was going to use this as a bonus video for later on to basically bring over Juiblex from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, which is basically the deity of all oozes, the demon for all oozes. And that was going to be summoned here.
We were not ready for Juiblex.
No.
What are you saying?
Right.
No, you were not.
That doesn't sound
But
fun
that's
at all.
Ivan Ooze for you. He's a man of great ambition and great power, so, you know.
He was pretty powerful. I'm not gonna lie, the teleporting and
He took like how many
Yeah.
severe damage? Jeez.
He didn't take as much as you
from a
think.
demon.
So he also has slime armor, which allows him to basically half all physical damage coming in.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
And it was until you guys threw him down into the ground, basically that tag team roll, that severed that, because he took severe damage for the first time, legitimately, which broke his slime armor.
Oh, that's epic.
Pretty cool.
So,
Pretty cool.
yeah, this was a fun one to create, I will say. But it was even better. What's that?
We got to do a Mortal Kombat finisher move on it where it says both wins. We got to do that. I'll edit that shit in. Absolutely.
Do it. But I loved seeing your guys' builds come through on this one. And for your guys' information, Joe is at level 5.
Oh.
I didn't want to start him out with too much, mainly because he's obviously new to Daggerheart, so, you know, we wanted to start him off not too crazy. But Joe, what did you think? Because I'm very curious to know how you felt about the combat and just the overall, the way it flowed. Not even like the actual oozes or the environment or nothing like that, but just overall, what are your impressions for Daggerheart being your first time playing?
It definitely flows a lot different than what you ever played before. You're going through and you're like, oh, it's my turn again? I thought I just went 2 turns ago, or like not really like an actual order per se, but it was pretty fun. I liked it. It was very, like, the combat was there. You can do almost whatever you want, even either it's in your turn or out of your turn. Especially if you have like one of your cards in your hand, you can just, oh, let me do this, like I did a couple of those times. And I just realized a couple of mine didn't say once per long rest, so I could have just been like snapping those off as many times as I could. Yeah.
Yep.
So, like the whirlwind one, when I hit both of those oozes next to me at the same time,
Do that
one can be
anytime.
used indefinitely. I now decided, like, oh, okay, well, make sure I
Could've
read
done
these
it
a little bit
again.
closer next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
The one thing I did forget to do was spend my 3 hope to clear 2 armor slots, which is something Guardians can do,
Yeah.
and that would have helped a lot more. But you know, you learn and you just keep going.
Yep.
And then the health potion, obviously. But
Everyone forgets those though.
yeah, exactly.
well, that's what I was gonna. This next round, I was going to like chug mine because I was at like. I had 5 health slots marked out of 9, so I was about to like
Oh.
drink mine.
It would've
Hell
been
yeah.
plenty.
Because you guys were taking a
Filled
lot
it
of
all the way
hits.
Yeah, I was
But I
getting
mean,
to the
like-
limit.
I had to start taking them because like I got up to like 6, I think, armor slots spent, and now I'm back down to 3 spent and 2 stress. So like as I take hits, all those others clear, and then I can block it all again.
That
It's-
your
It's also
Later.
your build was just nuts though. Like with the Valor deck cards and just in general, like that was awesome. I do love what came through from that. But I think the Warlock was my favorite to see unfold here. I was so surprised by that one.
Yeah, it played exactly like I thought it would too. It's very good. Very good Warlock.
using your own against you, the fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I also can,
Yeah.
I have another move I didn't use. Part of my Dread Touched is that I can mark stress to prevent you from getting fear. Like anytime you would gain a fear, I can just mark 2 stress to prevent it. So I can really control your fear. I can keep you at that 7 where I want you.
Yeah. That is
That's big.
Yeah, Dread
that's
Touch is
incredible.
OP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is OP as hell. Oh my
No
goodness.
grace,
That's not like a
no
once
gold,
per
no-
short rest or something?
The secondary ability is, which is where I
Okay.
get to add +1 for all the fear you have onto my action roll. That's once per short rest. The other
But the
ability, I can
control
just do it.
The control you can
No,
just
I can
do?
it. Yeah, it's
God.
written separately. So the second one says once per short rest. The first one just says you can do it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to change, I'm sure.
Probably. That's pretty up there. But I mean, it played out really fun. Like that was a fun encounter, honestly. I had an enjoyable time, but what did you guys think of it? Like how was the environment? How were the oozes, especially the purple and black? The red and green were just kind of in there from the book to begin with, but the black and the purple I created along with obviously Ivan Ooze. Same goes for the environment. So what did you guys think of those? Just out of curiosity. Notes.
I love that. I
Black
think
and Pudding
the
armor was fucking me up. I did not like them.
well, I thought the black because it was a black pudding, right? Is what it was.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I think that translated perfectly. Like that was
Yeah.
really
Those were
good.
messing me up.
And then
I like the
purple,
slip drippings. That was very comedic.
which was good.
Yeah, I
So
thought that'd be
that-
fun because that came from the regional or the layer action for what do you call it for Juiblex. I used his as the inspiration for the environment itself, so that made it a lot more interesting.
A creature ability, right? That was in like a layer action.
Just the environment, yeah. Think of it like a layer action, yeah.
Same thing with the ooze just going down the stairs. That was very creative.
Yeah, that was the slip drippings again. So it's just whenever you're about to
Okay.
move, it just so happened to be at the stairs, unfortunately. But yeah,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That sticky situation was messing us up because none of us were very well. I guess Frey's very agile, but me and Joe, we were just kind of like, yes.
I mean, I was good. I was good in the beginning, and just those last few, I was just not rolling well.
and I think that really speaks to the way that the 2d12 system works. It's not as swingy as the d20. It's very much so pretty standard in either you're going to get semi-low or you're going to get semi-high, but that's where your pluses are really going to come into play and have a really big impact.
And I think it would have been different too if we actually had like fully fleshed out experiences. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point, because I designed him to be very maneuverable, I'm sure I would have had an experience that would like help me maneuver. And so what would have been getting like +2s or +3s if I like, bumped it up.
Well, now that you mention it, I feel like that Dance of the Wind thing would have come into play.
Yeah. So I could
Just
have
saying.
tried to spin that too. But
Yeah.
Let's make them
Overall,
dance on
that was
anything,
good.
including slime.
Including slime.
Literally.
To the point too where you were like, I had these abilities and they weren't like once per short rest. I think that's where this shines compared to D&D, because I think like the hard part with D&D is it has a lot of those once per short rest, and that's how they balance it. And balancing it with stress works really well here, because then you actually get to use them more than once, but there is still a cap. If you max out your stress, then you're like double fucked. But
yeah. Well, and that's where the consumables come into play here really well, especially for that stamina potion. Like, that would have been clutch if you guys were getting stressed out, like legitimately had no stress slots left. Potions.
Yeah.
They mean more now.
Warlock, the other warlock options, I could have like played with stress more, but I wanted to balance it off of the fear.
Well, I think they did that with the fighter too. So you had the one where you had the favor and all that, and that was kind of your build.
Yeah, I like favor.
And then you have the stress one. Like on this one, the Juggernaut is the stress build, where I like manipulate stress and all that. And then the other one, the martial artist, is where I get focus. So I can get focus, which is similar to like key points, and then I can spend that focus on stances and moves. So they built them pretty similarly at their like core structure.
Hell yeah.
Which I was learning. So kudos to you, because as I was learning this, I was like, I don't want to learn focus right now. That's too much.
How wild would that be, honestly? But I really do love what they've been doing with this game. The official rules has really make this very interesting, but more than that, though. These experimental classes were very cool, but I love that they're really already touching upon, except for the Warlock, they're already touching upon domain decks that already exist. They're just doing it in different combos to be able to create that very interesting class of the fighter. But I love that they added one just for the Warlock, like that is so freaking cool. So we're gonna have to deep dive into that.
Yeah, the Dread is really cool.
Hell yeah. God. All right, well, what did you guys think of the tabletop simulator? Was this helpful at all?
Yes, I vote for tabletops every time.
Okay. This one I wasn't expecting to use. I just kind of decided, you know what, while I'm in here, let's just use it. And because it was a lot easier for Joe to be able to use his actual character sheet, had everything he needed for his cards, had it all in his hand here. So yeah, it's just really easy to do. But somebody has gone through, so if anybody plays Tabletop Simulator and they play Daggerheart, somebody has gone through and actually updated all the Daggerheart class decks. All of the domain cards here have been updated. So you can actually play full-on Daggerheart in Tabletop Simulator and have your 3D maps. And they've even added our fighter and our warlock. So, just saying.
That is great. It's already in there.
It's already in there. Yeah, and so obviously you can have everybody at the table. They all have their own space, their own way of being able to manage their gear. They can do it however they want. So there's plenty of things that you can do, but yeah, I really love the way this looks. So highly recommend if you don't already use it. But otherwise, that is it for us, guys, unless you guys have any closing thoughts or comments.
I'll be playing the Warlock again.
Yeah, that fighter is so much fun.
Hell yeah.
More people got to play this.
So Joe, will you join us another time for some Daggerheart?
I would love to.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, with that,
hopefully I can use my character a little bit better next time.
Next time, yeah.
Remember.
When you have more than an hour or two to learn it. So yeah.
Hey.
But with that, y'all, that is it for us. So if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you don't miss any other videos that are Daggerheart, DC-20, Lancer, World of Darkness, and even Genesis. So until the next one, keep that shield wall strong.